Hey guys, in this video I'm coaching 2 Platinum ADC players on my stream. In each coaching session I'll review one of their games and then discuss the main points of the coaching with them afterwards and answer any questions they might have. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay, first point. Don't buy tier first on Kai'Sa. Literally don't do it. Never do it. Pickaxe first, every game. If you miss any kills in this laning phase that are close, it's literally that. Right? Going tier, which costs 850 gold, when you can go pickaxe, which costs 875, is wrong, I'd say 19 times out of 20. There are very few laning phases where tier is worth it. It's literally like 1 out of 20, and it's such a niche scenario that it's barely even worth giving it the time of day. So that's the first mistake I'm seeing here. No reason. Okay, let's look at this again. This is important. Okay. Right, so from the way you're playing this, I can tell that you reacted to the Nautilus hitting the hook rather than anticipating Nautilus hitting the hook. And remember guys, this is a slightly more advanced coaching session because it's a high plat MMR coaching session. So I'm going to be talking about some slightly more in-depth things. But yeah, you reacted to the Nautilus hitting the Q, you didn't anticipate it, and that cost you your W landing, right? You see Nautilus walking up, you see him walking up, you're like, okay, this is in range. If you played enough AD carry, you know this is in range, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you did, but you weren't thinking about it enough. He throws the Q. As soon as he throws this, as soon as you see this animation, you're like, this is hitting, okay? If he's going to hit this hook, Lulu is not going to be able to dodge your W. Kai'Sa W is a thick ability, alright? It's super thick. So, if Nautilus is hitting the hook, she's not dodging the W if you just plop it right here. So, the ideal play here is, you know Nautilus is going to hit the hook, you W right now, and then you E forward right after you W. There's also this trick on Kai'Sa where you can W and E. If you E right after the W, you get the E off a little bit faster and you cancel some of the animation of the W that you normally wouldn't. Another reason why the W is the best immediately, as soon as he starts firing the hook. Remember, Nautilus has gone like this. At this point, you should have been thinking, Nautilus is going to hook Lulu a second before this, and then as soon as he does it, you should go, there are no minions. Nautilus is going to hit Lulu. And even if Nautilus misses the hook, if he misses the hook, you're not going to hit any spells anyway, so there's no point in holding them. You might as well use the W, and he is going to hit it anyway, so. Boom. W would have hit now. Your E would be finishing now. Now you're autoing. Autoing and queuing. Auto Q. You've already procced one bit of your passive, and you can just move up this way. You don't want to walk too close to this wall. You don't want to give Vayne a free condemn. You want to be standing about here. And Lulu should be pretty much dead. Jax keeps pinging that he's coming. You're just yesing the wave like you have to at this point. If I was being very picky, I would say, we don't know if they're doing the dragon now. They probably are. We can confirm it by walking right up to here where we're under no threat and Wing the dragon. And if you W it right where the dragon spawns, you'll be able to see if they're doing it or not. This is something that you guys can learn from as well, okay? Look at the W timing he used. There. He W'd when there was literally zero chance of Vayne dodging it because Nautilus hooked him. That's exactly what I wanted level 5 or whatever it was. Level 5? I forget. But that's exactly what I wanted. You're queuing when the Nautilus Q is definitely going to hit. Because if Vayne has flash and Nautilus misses the Q, you're not getting the kill anyway. Okay? Picture it. Nautilus Qs, she flashes. What are you going to do? Are you going to ult into a Lulu and Vayne and just get killed when Nautilus has no CC left? No. You only get the kill if Nautilus lands the Q, so you W as if Nautilus is going to land the Q, okay? Which is what he did. W. If you had slightly better, higher APM here, and better clicks, you wouldn't have had to use your ultimate. Because look, you're autoing, and then you're standing still. There was a little movement you could do here, and you'd be right here, right? And then you get polymorphed, and then you'd keep moving this way, right? You're standing still. There's no reason to be standing still here. Because they're not killing you. That's for sure. Okay? So move into her. When you're polymorphed, you're definitely not auto-attacking her, I can tell you that much. Okay? So you might as well move into range so that you don't have to use your ult. Just move into her. Move in, move in, move in, move in. There's no reason not to. And then you wouldn't have had to ult. The W. Then you want to hard shove this wave, and then you can either... Then now you have a decision. You hard shove this wave, and you can either ping for the dragon, or you can go for the tower. Now in this situation, your mid laner has just died, right? Your mid laner has just died to a gank. Shyvana's full HP, but your mid lane has died. If you put your screen over there, that will answer your question, okay? If you move your screen and look at there, if you see a Vel'Koz and a Trundle on 10% health, I'll shove the wave and I'll do dragon. They won't be able to stop it. If you move your screen over and you see a full HP Vel'Koz and Trundle, we can't do it. Because then you go to the drag with Nautilus, Shyvana comes, that's 3. Trundle and Vel'Koz come, and then Lulu wraps around because you didn't kill her. 3v3, not going to work. Even a 2v2, probably not going to work against Vel'Koz. So, look at mid, and then that decides what you want to do. And if not, you can just shove the wave, get a plate, and then back. Okay? What you're doing is, right here, you see a fight in your jungle, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look so good. I'm going to ping on my way. Right? You don't know what's going on. If you just check what's going on, you can perfectly tell whether you should have to go or not. Right? If you could look now and they could both just turn around and leave. You could look now and Shyvana could be low and you know they're going to dive the tower for her and you're like, okay, I can clean this up with my ult. But you're not looking, so you have no idea. It ends up being the right call, but it wasn't necessarily going to be the right call, if you know what I mean. And like, it's only the right call in 50% of situations like that. Again, your camera control. This is the biggest thing you need to work on, man. The camera control. Like, it's not life-changing right here, but you have no idea what's going on right here. And this is completely useless map. You know there's no enemy champs here, right? You need to work on that for sure. If you have the internal timer of the backings, is that you know this is the wave before the cannon. So, insta shove as hard as you possibly can. I don't want to see any abilities ready to be used. I want them all to be used already on the wave. Auto this once, literally once. Even if it doesn't kill it, you'll still get the kill right afterwards. E back, back. You're literally going to miss no minions. It's absolutely perfect. It's the perfect scenario. As of now, when Vayne comes back to lane, she's as strong as you because she's got to buy. Okay? Now, you potentially are going to be in a situation where you're stuck in lane. And you won't be able to back and actually spend all your gold. You neglected basing for so long that now you have to base in a suboptimal place. Whereas if you keep it clean with the back timings when you're in the power to do so, you'd be in a good fine spot right now, and you wouldn't have 2.8k in the bank where they can actually put a freeze on you. They might not do it, but you need to be thinking about this stuff. Cool? Right. Now what are you doing? What's your plan right now? This is like pretty dead time. You can take red buff, sure, but the tempo is far better. So, this is the thing I talked about in my previous coaching session, okay? When you're doing an objective and you know exactly what's going to happen, okay? And you know for sure you're going to take this tower, like 100%. What I would do and what a lot of high elo players would do that can separate them is they're taking this tower and literally as they're last hitting the tower still, they're pinging the Herald, they're pinging the top lane. Because if you look at the map, you can see, okay, there's no dragon. If you press tab, you see how long until dragon is up. You see that the Herald is up, right? They're going to have to deal with this big wave, so they're going to have to send people bot. Therefore, you can start pinging the Herald and pinging the top lane, okay? And then you can immediately start basing as soon as you've last hit this tower. And then you can immediately head to the Herald through the jungle. If the top laner forgets like what's going on in the world and stays in top lane, you can just walk around the side and kill him. If he doesn't, your top laner and your jungler can all take Herald, and then you can go mid, break the mid tower, and then you can get red. Alright? The red buff is slowing you down so much. I can hear you great. Okay, so first I'll just go over the 3 main points I have for you, and then after that, ask me anything you want, and we'll talk for a bit, and we'll just figure it all out. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good. So the first main point is about the camera control, right? And that has like loads of different applications. It's situations that are not like life or death, but it's where if you see what's going on, you can make better decisions, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's also like during fights when half of your camera is like on things that nothing's happening, and that means you'll miss out like what the enemy champs are doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so camera control, you know, the base timings. If there's an opportunity for you to back, and you get the items that you want, and it's on the exact wave that's correct, pretty much just do it. There's a lot of times where you like hoarded the gold up and you stayed, where I think you'd end up with much more success in the game if you didn't do that. Do you get like the minion wave counting thing that I talked about?
So basically, I should back right before the cannon minion.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay, yeah.
Basically, there's the 2 melee waves, and ideally you instantly shove the second one as soon as you see it, and then literally while the cannon wave is like in your own base, then you're backing already.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the timing. And then once you do that, your CS will just naturally go up a lot, and it'll be very cool.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, the final point is, if you can try it, do you know what APM is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can try and get your like useful APM, so the actual useful clicks, if you can try and get them up a little bit, it will actually make a huge difference for you, because with most of the fights, you pretty much have the right idea of what you're doing, and in lane, you're pretty much doing the right thing. And like I see people much higher elo doing worse things than you there. But sometimes you're like leaving your mouse and not clicking, like in between auto attacks, right?
Yeah.
And there were like
basically I'm standing still.
Yeah, exactly. And there were like 2 or 3 situations where if you use those clicks to get a little bit closer, you wouldn't have needed to use your ult. Maybe you wouldn't have needed to use a summoner. And in other games, I'm sure that could end up being like a death for you, or like life or death. That could change the whole game. So if you can just try and like slowly increase it, you can download Overwolf Game Summary, and it tells you your APM every game. If you can slowly try and increase it, you'll have a lot of success. So yeah, those are my points. And now anything, questions you have or whatever, just ask, and I'll try and give you my best answer.
So about the camera thingy, do you think it would help if I got used to pressing space more often, so it sends us back to my character? Do you think that would be a good first improvement regarding that?
For sure, because sometimes like there are the situations where if you're kiting someone in like the bottom of your screen or the top of your screen, if you move your mouse and drag it all the way to move the camera, then you're not attacking while you're doing that, and then you're not moving, so you can die.
Yeah, and I can
but if you just get used to just pressing space, that's the better thing to do in most situations. Even it's even better. Yeah, just staying out of the. Nice. Okay, so. All right, here it is. This is the first big piece of advice. I understand that this worked out, but it could have not worked out, and it could have worked out much better. Thank you for the follow, Blue Cheese. Okay, so remember the thing we talked about with Nautilus earlier, where if Nautilus hits the hook, then the champ is going to die. Therefore, you should throw your skill shot right at that moment. It's exactly the same principle. If Pyke hits the Q, you go in, and by the time he throws it, you know that the Q is going to hit. Right now. Jump should start now. Okay? Jump should have started right now. It's a second you wasted. So you'd be landing on the center right now. The E would be on her already. And you'd have 1 auto right now, and then 2 autos right now. Okay? So she'd be dead now. She'd be dead already. And this would be your same health. Okay? Heal him? Okay. Okay, so that's something that I see a lot, right? That's an important thing. When people understand when they can kill someone, because your understanding of when you can kill is right, okay? Correct. The incorrect part is the timing. Flashing doesn't reset your auto timer, unfortunately. So you need to get the rhythm of your champion's autos, like you have here. So it's autos available now, 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 and then it would be now. So if you held your flash and then you flash now, like half a second after, then the auto goes through and then he dies. But now he lives. Okay, you're staying. See, you have either pickaxe or Kerchi's shard gold right now, and it's just so valuable. Now you're in danger. Lucian didn't realize, but Lucian has all his abilities here. If he dashes on you, or he just auto Q or double shot auto E and then autos you again, you're literally in lethal range. You don't have heal, and he could just kill you. So going back in for that auto, Pyke's gonna probably get it anyway, and if he doesn't, you'll get it later. This is another huge thing. This is how you decide whether you agreed for a plate or not. You have 984 gold here, okay? The things that you're gonna back for are, if you're going Infinity Edge, pickaxe. You have the gold for that. If you're going Storm Razor, Kerchi's. You have the gold for that. If you want to upgrade to tier 2 boots, Berserkers. You have the gold for that. So there's no reason. You don't get anything for this. You get like one dagger maybe, but it's not worth the risk. So this is gonna fall. You're gonna get this later. Just back, get your item, get a refillable, and then you have a huge advantage afterwards. So yeah. I should have based. I felt it during the game. Yeah, you guys know this feeling, and I know you know it. When you think maybe I should base, and then you get this drive from within you, like, oh, I can get an extra plate. Oh, I can get an extra wave. Surely I can get an extra wave. And then you get the extra wave, and then you slowly realize, I'm not going to be able to back when I want now because they have pressure. And then it just feels, oh, I did it again. I can't believe I did it again. Don't do it again. You must make the change. You must be the change that you want to see in the world, lads and ladies, alright? Okay, when you get that feeling to back and you know it's right, do it, because it is right. How did you die here? Okay, yeah. This is the classic AD carry situation here, okay? If you guys learn this, your gameplay will improve so much. So, we all know this, and I know you guys know this too, okay? You see the Garen, blah blah blah, there's Lucian. There's Lucian, there's Maokai. There's more coming, there's 3. Right here, there is nothing that you can do. You do not have jump, so you can't jump on the Lucian. It could potentially be a play if you knew that Hecarim didn't have ult, but you don't even have jump. You know there's nothing you can do. It's this thing that people do where they feel like their presence helps, and like if they don't try and help, then their teammates might flame. Yeah, they might flame, but you also won't die, okay? It's super important not to do this, because even if Zed didn't come, you could still die here without having W. If Maokai flash W's you or something, right? There's nothing you can do to save the Garen, you gotta let him die. Sometimes you gotta leave a man behind, unfortunately. League of Legends is not the Royal Marines. Okay. Let's see this. So this is good. Okay, this is all about the angle, okay? One thing that could change the entire course of this, it may and it may not, okay? Is, and this is like the idea with Trist all the time, unless it's in lane and unless people are completely by themselves and you're definitely going to live, you need to think about your jump locations, okay? So the ideal thing to do here, I'll try and explain it, is you've killed Zed, and you move this way, okay? And then the center is vulnerable, yes, correct. You move this way, not this way. And then you jump over the wall and start attacking the center. And then if they try and go on you, then you ult them away, back into the tower. That's the only way that you can win this fight. And it's possible. So here's the jump, this is the jump, okay? You need to move forward, and you need to make sure that you can jump over the wall, boom. hit the center with a few autos. If Lucian dashes on you, ult the Lucian back, and then you kite back yourself. Then all of a sudden, Maokai is in a deep 1v2 under the tower with no one to help him because his allies are over here. And potentially Senna's dead too. So yeah, you'd be out of Maokai W range and you could potentially kill. But you still smack him up either way. Okay. So, right, just so you guys know, Pawsies is in fact my girlfriend. So if I'm like extra friendly and stuff like that, I'm not just like this to anyone I coach. I know her personally, I've known her for many years. So yeah. Don't let it put you off coaching, okay? I'm not gonna be in love with you if you get coaching. She's my girlfriend. That's the scenario. Alright, I'm loving the responses in chat, lads. The first thing is the greedy back timings. And I don't think I need to say much about this, because I think every time you do it, like a lot of people, like, you know.
Yeah. It was so bad, dude. I just remembered, like, I was looking at that game in my match history and I was like, if I just backed at the right time, then...
Yeah, exactly.
Changed.
If you're gonna, like, try and climb, right? You have to eliminate the stuff that you know is wrong. That's the first thing you got to do.
Yeah.
Because if you know it's wrong and you're still doing it, it's kind of a conflict of like, a conflict of interest isn't the right word, but it's a conflict in your head between like, I want to climb and I want to get better, but I'm also doing this thing that I know is not good because it feels good in the moment. So that's the first thing you got to eliminate. The second thing you got to eliminate, I'm telling you this right now, is the mouse zoom in. I've told you this for years. You got to disable your scroll wheel. You're scrolling in when you're fighting. This cannot be good. It is not good. You must change it, please. On stream, I'm putting you on blast. There's 40 people here. Stop zooming in the middle of fights. You got to fix this now. Okay? I want you to go into Razer right now, and I want you to disable your scroll wheel. And then I want you to...
Then I try to scroll in shop and it doesn't work.
Yes, so you manually scroll in shop or you type in your items. It's okay. Okay? We'll live. Okay, so that's got to change. Right. Okay, then there's the helping the dead allies. People do this, okay? I do this. I've been a victim. Everyone in chat's been a victim. You all know the situation. Your poor little Garen is 1v4ing. You know he's gonna die. No one's even low, right? You don't have any cooldowns. Yet somehow your mouse is magnetically pulling towards the fight, okay? And like, I must somehow click towards him to show them that I am like part of this. No, run, get the out of there. Get the hell out of there. Sorry for the foul language, lads. I'm trying to keep it clean. So yeah, I'm sure this happens a lot, and it happens like tons even in Diamond players. So when you know for a fact someone is dead, just leave. You'll save a lot of unnecessary deaths. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a zoning shaft, lads. Zoning.